All right, what's going on, you guys? Welcome to Prime Logic's Math Corner. Today I'm here with you with a video on how to multiply any two-digit numbers together, and then another one in later we will talk about a method how to divide any number by 5. So oftentimes you see this type of things, this type of multiplications, and you don't have any access to any calculators. For example, in the day of exams, oftentimes you have encountered two-digit numbers and you needed to multiply them, but you couldn't, or I'm not sure, because you had to do this the traditional style, and then you couldn't. You were under time pressure or stress or anything like this, and then you ended up calculating the wrong number now. So I'm here with you to show you a method that you could quickly calculate the multiplication of any two-digit numbers. At first, it might be a little difficult kind of for your brain to catch the method, to catch the strategy. And I'm sure after a while, after let's say tens of trials and attempts, I'm sure you can handle that much better than the traditional style. And I think it's going to be really useful in some conditions, in the day of the exam or somewhere, and you don't have access to any calculator. So you should be able to calculate it very fast, even faster than a calculator, for example, in the future, once you have done a lot of practice. So without further ado, let's jump right in. So let's say we have any two-digit numbers. So let's start with something small and kind of simple, and then we will expand it to more difficult numbers. So let's say we have 23 times 31. So these are kind of simple numbers. So the first thing that we're going to do is, okay, let me change the color here. So multiply the first digits at first. And then second, multiply the second digits. So first, second. This is the first step, and that's the second step. First step, so multiply the first digits. So first, 2 times 3 is 6. Then leave some space in the middle because we're going to fill it out later. Then multiply the last digits. So 3 times 1, the last digits, it's just 3. And then another step is to multiply the outer digits. So by outer means those external ones. So 2 times 1. So write it down kind of in another location here. So 2 times 1 is 2, and then multiply the inner digits. So 3 times 3 is 9. So 2 plus 9 is 11. So then you need to write 11 here in the middle, but we just need one digit, the right-hand side digit. And then we will add it here, add 1 to the 6 here. So the final answer is 7, 1, 3. Let's try another one with another example. Let's say 12 times maybe 23 or 24, let's say 12 times 24. So just quick, after a while it becomes really fast. So at first, the first digit, 1 times 2, 2. And then the second digit, 2 times 4 is 8. Leave some space in the middle. And then the outer digits, so 1 times 4, 4 plus the inner digits, 2 times 2, it is 4 again, which becomes 8. And then, because it is just a single digit, you should just put it here. So 288. In the first example, we had, in the middle step, we ended up with having a two-digit number, 11. Then we wrote 11 here, and then we kept the right hand side digit, then we put it here. Let's try another one. Okay, so let me write it down here. Let's try another one. So let's go for bigger digits and bigger numbers. So 45 times 68, maybe. So the first digit at first, 4 times 6. 4 times 6, 24. Leave some space here. And then the second digits, 5 times 8 is 40. But we just need the 0 here. So we add 4 to the middle step calculation. So let's say that we have a 0 here. So the other ones, 4 times 8 is 32. Let me change the color here. So 4 times 8 is 32. And then the inner numbers, 5 times 6 is 30. And then we have 4 from this operation, the previous operation. So 5 times 6 was 30. And then we have 4. So that's 62 plus 4 is 66 here. So then we had, so we don't use this 4 anymore because we use it in this step. So then we write 66 here. And then we don't need a 2-digit number, so we're going to take, or we're going to have, or keep this one, and then we're going to add the 6 one here. So 6 plus 24 is 30, and then we had a 6 here, and then we had a 0. So that's 3060. Let's go with another example. Okay, so let's go for bigger numbers like 79 times maybe 86, something like this. So let's start here. First, the first digits, 7 times 8, that's 56. So leave some space in the middle. The first numbers, the first digits, that's 56. The second one, 9 times 6, okay, that's 54. Then we're just going to keep 4, and we will use 5 in the next operation. So the outer number, 7 times 6 is 42. 7 times 6 is 42, the outer numbers. The inner numbers, 9 times 8, so plus 9 times 8 is 72. And then we had the 5 here. So 42 plus 72, that's 110, plus 4, 114, plus 5, 119. Okay, so then in this step we had used 5, so we don't need it anymore. So let's write down 119 here. So we're just going to need this 9 here, and then we add 11 to 56. So the final answer is 56 plus 11, that's 67. Then we had 9 here, then we had a 4. So 6,794. Okay, so you might say, oh, bro, why are you doing this? Why are you doing this type of thing? So you're just making that more complicated. But, man, so without a calculator, that's just miraculous. It's just amazing. So you're on the day of the exam, then you don't have access to any calculator, you're stressed, then you can easily multiply any 2-digit numbers. There are some special cases, though, some exceptions, but not exceptions, but I mean, there are some special scenarios, special cases where you can multiply numbers faster, but we're not talking about those. I think I will make another video, for example. So what if you are, I don't know, what if you are multiplying any number by 11? So it follows the same thing. So I don't want to bombard you with a lot of use cases and a lot of like exceptions, for example. So If it is multiplied by 11, use this formula. If it is multiplied by, I don't know, this one, if I don't know, the sum of the right hand side digits, they become 10, use this formula. So in that case, you become really confused. So if you learn this over the general, this over simplistic general and formula here, this overarching, this holistic formula here, then you don't need for these special case scenarios. Okay, that's great. It's cool to learn this type of things, but I think it's first master this general formula, then you can go with that. So if you'd like to learn about this kind of type of special use cases, just let me know and I will create maybe a short video from this. Now let me give you some homeworks. I want you to write down in the comment. Oh, this eraser is so tough. I want you to calculate under 10 seconds each of these pairs of multiplications that I'm going to write here. So I want you to multiply and to find out the answer for 99 times 88. That's the first one, under 10 seconds. I want you to write it down in the comment sections below. You have just 10 seconds. Okay. Another one is 87 times 59. Another one under 10 seconds. Another one is 29 times 82. Another one is 19 times 91. Another one, so just 5 ones I think are enough. 69 times, 76. So please write it down in the comment sections below, and maybe you have a different solution. Maybe there is a Japanese sort of thing, Japanese formula. Maybe you're familiar with the Japanese approach. So whatever approach you're using, please write it down in the comment sections below, and then we can talk about it later. Another thing, another really nice thing, which is, I mean, it's simple, but at first maybe it doesn't seem that much simple. So is how to divide any number by 5. So how to divide any numbers, it doesn't matter that it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 digits or anything, by 5. So let me quickly expand it for you and give you the philosophy, the approach behind it. So let's say we have a number. Okay, let's start with something small. Let's say we have 25 divided by 5. So any number which is divided by 5, so by 5 means it is multiplied by 1/5 or 1/5. Or in other words, we can say it is multiplied by 2/10. So basically that's the same thing. Any number divided by 5, it means, so you can just multiply that by 2, then divide it by 10, which is absolutely easy. You can just put a decimal point at behind the last digit. So the idea is just the same thing. You just need to multiply the number, any number that you want to divide with 5, you need to multiply that by 2. And that's it. So sometimes the number seems easy. You can easily, like, in a fraction of a second, multiply that by 2. Sometimes the digit is a little bigger, maybe sounds a little bit more tricky. Then you can use, for example, a step-by-step, more simpler approach. So let's say we want to divide 31 by 5. So just quickly multiply that by 2. So 31 divided by 5, so it is multiplied by 2. It is just 62, right? And then put a decimal point behind the very last digit. So let's go for another one. I don't know, 48 times 2. So these two-digit numbers are, 48 divided by 5. These two-digit numbers are really easy kind of to multiply by 2. So when we multiply that by 2, 48 times 2 is just 96. And then put a decimal point here. So we are just multiplying the numerator here by 2 and then putting a decimal point. So let's go for a 3-digit number here. So let's say you are dividing 315 by 5. So we know that it is divisible by 5. So things that we need to do here is just multiply each digit by 2. So that's the very basic and elementary thing that we all learn in the elementary school. So multiply each digit from the right hand side by 2. So let's say 5 times 2, it's just 10, but we're going to add this 1 to the next operation. So 2 times 1 is 2, plus 1 is 3. 2 times 3, it's just 6. So pay attention to this one. We don't need it anymore because we've already added to the previous one. So that's 630, and then don't forget to put a decimal number here. At the end of the day, so 315, so it's just 630, right? So it's 630 if you multiply that by 2, and then you can put a decimal point here. So let's go for another one, 287. So something that is not divisible by 5. So let's say we want to divide it by 5, then we need to multiply each digit by 2. So 2 times 7, it's 14. So I'm going to write 4 here and then keep 1 here because we're going to add it to the next operation. 2 times 8 is 16, plus 1 is 17. So then I'm going to write 7 here and then add 1 here. So 2 times 2 is 4, plus 5 plus 1 is 5. So that's 2 times 287, that's 574. Then don't forget this decimal point here. Let's go with another one. Let's say 871. Okay, so divided by 5. So let's just multiply the numerator by 2. So let's go digit by digit. So 2 times 1, it's just 2. 2 times 7 is 14. I'm gonna write just 4 here and keep 1 here for the next addition. 2 times 8 is 16, plus 1, 17. And then don't forget to write this decimal point. So that's absolutely phenomenal. So once you master and crack the code and kind of get a hang and grasp the knowledge of this operations, I think that's going to be really, really interesting and very useful at some point. So let's add another one here. So let's say you are going to, okay, so you're gonna divide, for example, 956 by 5. So then just multiply the numerator by 2. So 2 times 6, it's 12, but I'm going to write just 2 here, keep 1 here. 2 times 5 is 10, plus this little 1 here is 11. Then I'm just going to write 1 here and keep 1 here. 2 times 9 is 18, plus 1 is 19. Don't forget to put this decimal point here. At the end of the day, 1912 is 2 times bigger than 956. Let's go for another one, maybe a 4-digit number. Let's say 1356 divided by 5. Okay, then some people say, okay, just 2 times 1356. Okay, that's easy, but man, let's go with a step-by-step approach. So 2 times 6 is 12 again. I'm going to write 2 here, 1 here. 2 times 5 is 10, with 1, 11. And then I'm going to write 1 here. 2 times 3 is 6, with 1, it's 7. And 2 times 1, it's just 2. So 2,712, that's 2 times bigger than 1,356. Don't forget to put a decimal point here. So I think that's it for today, guys. So we can go on and on and on and work on multiplying any 2-digit numbers and then dividing any number by 5. Let me give you a couple of homework, and I want you to write them down in the comment sections below under 10 seconds. So let's say 9176 divided by 5. Let's go with a bigger number. So 82,394 divided by 5. Okay, so that's it, guys, for today. So if you found this video valuable, if you found any value in today's video and content like this, so please don't forget to subscribe, comment, share, and like, because this gives me a lot of energy, huge amount of energy, and it kind of just drives me forward to create more videos like this. So see you in our next video.